Hello, welcome. My name is Christian A. Romero. I'm the CTO for AVENUEAR. And today I have some really good stuff to show. I don't know if you know too much about AVENUEAR, but in summary, we actually allow or we provide a bridge for musicians, producers, or even writers to submit your music to be heard by A&Rs and also the record labels, right? And so you will find out that one of the major troubles that musicians have is to reach out to an A&R. So AVENUEAR was created to create a bridge. And today I have some good stuff for all the musicians and writers and producers out there. I'm going to have a live interview with Miss Jazmine Valencia, right? She's actually a really well-versed A&R in the industry. And she has worked with, you probably know some of these artists, Avicii, American author, Shawn Mendes. So she has been in the industry for quite some time, a really successful A&R. And I have a live interview with her today after this quick presentation. So stay tuned. And we're going to be talking about, how to submit music to record labels, how to become a famous singer, what it takes, right, for a musician to have your music to be heard by A&R. Well, AVENUEAR was created to pretty much solve that and create that bridge that has been, it was impossible nowadays. Most people are asking, how can I submit my song to a record label? Well, as an artist or a musician, they don't allow unsolicited music, right? Unsolicited material, they call it. So let's go, for example, to Atlantic Records, for example. One of our executive or A&Rs in the system, actually part of is a former A&R for Atlantic Records. Some of them that are still linked to it. So here is what I have learned. And remember, my background is technical, right? I'm not a musician. Full disclosure, I like music, but one of the most passionate things that most human beings in the world, love is actually to hear good music. Now, what I learned after interviewing and working with all these executives and A&R and the CEO is Mr. Shea Leopardi. He's an artist, has been in the music industry for more than 2 or 3 decades. So he obviously had a passion for the music and discovered the same obstacles that most musicians are having today. Not able to reach the record labels, not able to submit songs to Sony Music or submit to Atlantic Records or submit songs to Universal Music Group, right? So, for example, if you want to submit music, how do you submit music or your demo to Universal Music Group, right? So let's find out quick. Let me show you. Universal Music Group, right? So I'm going to go contact, right? And basically, how do I submit a demo to Universal Music, right? Should be like a little bit know that they are unable to accept unsolicited material. So pretty much I'm telling you, you cannot do it, okay? Now, here is where AVENUEAR was born to bridge that gap and that wall and pretty much give you access to all the musicians to submit and be heard, right? Fortunately, that relationship of you submitting song to the right A&R could become, a bridge to your future success, right? So all this A&R, I'm going to go briefly some of the executives that we work, right? That they're signed up only vetted and A&Rs that had been in the industry for quite some time and they had been vetted. Most of the executives at AVENUEAR, actually they have known these executives for a long time, right? We're talking relationships from the 90s, from the 80s. So they had been invited to be part of AVENUEAR and they listened to songs submitted by musicians, artists, right? writers, producers, and now you have access. Now you have the power and no more blocked from Sony Music or any other type of record label that they're saying, oh, you cannot access or you cannot submit material to us. Now, the way to do it is you submit it to an A&R, and the A&R will represent you or help you to pretty much go through the obstacles, right? Now, today we're going to have Miss Jazmine Valencia. She's going to, she's going to be demonstrating how she receives music submitted by artists and musicians, and how she listens to the song, how she rates from 1 to 5 stars. So the system was created in a way to be able to get some feedback from the A&R, and also the A&R, the moment that a song is rated between 4 or 5 stars, is saved in their favorites folder, okay? And 1 second, I'm going to cough. Okay, so don't eat peanuts before a presentation, okay? Anyhow, so we're going to go and talk to Miss Valencia, and again, I'm going to go and briefly show her bio, right? And please, I invite you to watch the other video that we created too, where Mr. Ken Commissar also is being interviewed, and he gives insight about the industry. He actually worked with Dr. Dre and Justin Timberlake and many big names. He worked part of Sony Music. Actually, he worked with this. My understanding, he worked with the CEO of Sony Music. Anyhow, you're welcome to surf through the website and look at the executive where you can actually submit your music to them. All right. All right. So our system is built by musicians for musicians, right? So you will have to go through the sign up, right? And in order to sign up, you need to be part of any of these countries, United States, Argentina, right? You will have to have a cell phone number, and also you will have to have a PayPal account, right? And that is a free trial. It's totally free for 14 days. You don't have to submit music. You can actually look around, use some of the features that we have. We have cloud system, you can store music. There are many features that you can utilize, right? And it costs, after the 14-day trial, you pay $9.99. Plus you have the access to all these executives to potentially submit your music. Now, when you submit your music, there are tiers of pricing, okay? Now, when initially I was meeting with all the executives, you know, there were many ideas how this was born, the pricing structure. I heard people pay $50,000, $100,000 to submit one demo to, you know, to top A&Rs. And I heard, oh, we're going to charge musicians $1,000, $2,000 to submit a song. I heard comments like that, but then the CEO stepped in and said, no, we're going to make it super efficient, super save money to the musicians, you know, and give everyone an opportunity. So you can submit the song or the demo to any of these A&Rs for as low as $20, okay? From there, once that you sign up, right, I'm going to actually show you from the sign up process. Hold on, here we go. So if you click let's go, right, so you will have to put your phone number, your cell phone, to verify that you're a real user. So you subscribe for free. This is a free trial. And then you go through the process. Once that you sign up, okay, let's go to AVENUEAR. Obviously, you're going to have your credentials, your username and password. I'm going to show you a demo account that I have here, okay? So I'm going to log on in my account, okay? This is me. And you can actually see some of the executives, including the CEO, that also he created the record label and is connected with all these executives as well. Now, you can go to the executive section, right? And you can see DC Flores, you can see DJ Clue, you can see many A&Rs, right? This gentleman actually, Hudson Miller, is a former Atlantic Records A&R as well. Miss Valencia works with film and TV as well. And there are many of them that are connected to film and TV studios, right? You will hear today, after this quick presentation, you will hear from Ms. Valencia, the opportunities, how she's connected in the TV and with TV shows and the film industry, okay? Anyhow, so you can imagine you go and you say, all right, let's submit a song to Ms. Valencia. So I'm going to click her picture, okay? Now, I can upload an MP3 or I can load it from my library. Now, if I click load my library, right, I can see Swan Lake. This is actually a song from Tchaikovsky. So I'm going to click plus, right? Now that song is called Swan Lake MP3. I'm going to submit it to Ms. Valencia. So I can actually deliver my demo to Ms. Valencia. Now, there are different tiers, okay? AVENUEAR works like a delivery system. It's like many systems out there that are known, FedEx or UPS. You deliver your demo, you can actually put it in the mail and mail it to someone, right? So the initial thought when it was created was to create a system where you can pay different tiers. So if you want to deliver this song to her the same day, you choose same day delivery. Now, she could be hearing during that week or that day the song, and pretty much if there are 100 people submitting the song on the same day, she will get 100 submissions that same day, right? If they pay everyone to be the same day. Now, there is a queue that you need to be aware of song submissions, right? In any case, so you choose the submission, you pay, and then the song is submitted to her. So in 10 days, it will be delivered to her if you go the more cost-effective route, right? Anyhow, so I just wanted to show you briefly, how it looks from the musician's perspective, right? Producer or writer, how the system works. In any case, now, without further ado, we're going to have, now, once that you submit the song, right, you will see in the next video that we have, compiled with this video, how Ms. Valencia actually reviews the song, listens to the song, and rates the song from 1 to 5. Okay, thank you very much. This is Christian A. Romero, CTO for AVENUEAR. Good luck with your music journey. All right. I wish you all the best and all the success to all of you. Thank you.
Got it.
Okay. I'm here with Ms. Valencia, Jazmine Valencia and A&R, the one and only Jazzy. And we're happy on a Wednesday. Today is December 29th, 2021. We're going over a few sections of the system. She's actually going to review in real time. She's the one reviewing. So basically she's logged on. There were submissions sent to her. We're going to go to the submission sections. Ms. Valencia, I appreciate if you can click that, the submission section.
All right.
So here is an artist that submitted a song to you. Oh, Keto, okay. So I will appreciate if you can click play and let's listen to the song and see what it's all about.
Sure.
You can hear the music, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, So you can keep playing if you want to keep listening, or you can rate from 1 to 5. Now we can see that this is an aspiring artist. He's a young fellow, and I know you have worked with young fellows in the past. So what do you rate this song? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now to make a note, if you rate 4 or 5, will go to your favorites. If you rate 3, it will not be showing up in your favorite, and you will not have access to his contact information. Only if you rate 4 or 5, he will go to your favorites, and then you can eventually have his email, his phone number, call him if you need to. So what do you think about the song? The first thought of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna rate it a 4. I like the intro and the guitar beat. So
okay, very nice. Now let me ask you something. You heard this song, and most people may. I noticed that I wasn't listening. I don't know if it's going to come up in the recording, but you heard it. You gave it a 4 grade. Now, what will you make? I noticed that this gentleman recorded in Alan Parsons' home studio. Wow, he in 2019, obviously before the.
Sure.
Well, no, actually 2019 was the pandemic or whatever. But he recorded in the home studio of Parsons, right? Parsonics.
Right.
Alan Parsons. Sounds like he has access to really good studio, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So what will it take this type of song to eventually become a 5 that you will say, oh, this is a hit? What do you think? He needs a vocal coaching. He needs something. What do you feel, Ms. Valencia?
Yeah, I think, like I like the instrumentals. I need to listen to the vocals a little bit more. I need to listen to that, and the lyrics, just kind of like to look at the lyrics as well before deciding on a 5. So but the recording's a great recording, and obviously it makes sense where it was recorded. So they did a great job. But yeah, I think I would just have to listen a little bit more to the lyrics and listen to the vocals in more detail. Mm-hmm. To give it a 5.
Perfect. And will you say that artists that submit songs to you through Avenue AR, like this young fellow here, I can see that he's a young fellow. Will you say that you as an A&R may say, well, maybe I may not use his voice, or I may use his lyrics, I may use his beats in another project that I'm working, and I may be interested eventually to contact him in the future. Or now, obviously, I'm not speaking on your behalf, but will you say that that's what you may do eventually if you feel that this is something that you can potentially place with another artist that you're currently working or representing? I noticed that you have a big repertoire of different artists across the world that are really successful. Will you say that this is an artist that you may say, well, maybe this is a lyric that this person can sing it, or he may be the one singing it? How do you think? I'm trying to discover how an A&R like yourself think in terms of when you're discovering new music, the next hit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think he definitely has potential, and it's there. So I would keep him in mind and listen to maybe more of his music, just to see what his sound is in just more than one song. And then also there's potential collaborations with other artists, or duets, or just he can write for somebody, or if he plays guitar, obviously, so maybe he can play guitar in somebody else's record. So just looking to see what other crossover potential there is, and maybe that the song that I listen to now, definitely can see it played in a movie. So there's potential there with soundtracks and licensing. So yeah, so that definitely, that's why I gave it a 4, so I can keep him in mind for future projects.
Perfect. Now, I heard music in films. I mean, if that's something that you have done in the past, I assume that films or TV shows, they came to you, or you went to them and you say, here is, I have an artist, I would like to play this music. I think that this is perfect for your background, Joe, or whatever. That's what you do, right? Because my apologies, you need to understand I'm a computer scientist, and in layman terms, I'm trying to eventually convey to the public what an A&R is doing, from the public eye or the artist eye. So probably I'm just trying to understand how an A&R works.
Yeah, so for me personally, I do more on the public side with the A&R, so more in the marketing and, like you mentioned, film and TV. So yeah, so I have a lot of friends that are in the film industry that they're always working on projects. So they come to me and say, hey, I'm working on this and I'm looking for a song, to play in a stat scene or in a high speed chase scene or things like that. So that's what I'm always looking and keeping in mind to see, okay, what songs are people making that could fit that? And then I send it over to producers that are working in films and shows and commercials, things like that. But also on the marketing side, I work with influencers that are always looking for music for their videos, for their Instagram and their YouTube, things like that. So it's always looking for songs that would place in different types of content.
Oh, wow. Excellent. So sounds like, I mean, I again, I'm just transpolating my background with yours. I mean, again, my background, I'm a CTO of AVENUEAR. I'm a computer scientist. And sometimes when someone tells me I want this system or whatever, my brain starts thinking about, you know, in a different way. I can imagine yours thinking when someone tells you, oh, I have a song for you. This film, this chase, this car chasing, a scene could be this perfect with you gave, you know, from this track, and you remember that you heard this song and you go to your favorites and you say, well, this is the time to contact. Perfect. I appreciate that. Is that how you work, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. That's that. Yeah.
Very nice to know.
Yeah.
Okay. And if we go to your favorite, actually, if you click next song, obviously there is no other song, but click on next song and see what happens, right? Now let's go to your favorites. Let's click on that. So, and now that you rated 4 to this gentleman, let's click on the face of that gentleman right there. Yeah, click on that. Did you click it?
I did, yeah.
Okay, click it one more time, please. I don't know. Okay, there. Now it's clicked. All right. So now seems to be that you can play the song. Also, you can. I don't want you to click stats and contact because potentially the spirit can be shown publicly.
Sure.
But if you click stats and contact, obviously you will have access to the phone number, email that you can send a text message or call him or send an email saying, hey, I have something for you or not, or have you. I mean, that's how it works, the system, and showing the public how it works. But for the privacy of this user, please don't click stats and contact. But I just want to make you aware if you do that, everyone will have access to his phone number and email, but in this case, it's for you to see only, right? Okay, excellent. So let's go to the next section. Let's go to the hit list. In the hit list, I want to show you something, and obviously you have gone in the past through a tutorial, and here are hit list 20 saying, right? Mm-hmm. Here is all the 4 and 5 that were rated and in the past by other A&Rs in the system. Also the interaction. If you click contact, right, it means that you may be interested to learn more about his email or his phone number. He gets points, by the way.
Got it.
So all the A&Rs, every time that someone click a 4 or 5, it goes immediately into the hit list and start getting points. And the algorithm start calculating all the interaction that an A&R is having with an end user, right? Mm-hmm. So I want you to keep scrolling down all the way to the right. You can see a lot of artists in here. Oh, let's keep going all the way to the end. And you can click load more. Let's click load more. All the way to the right. Click load more. Let's see. Yeah.
It keeps balancing back.
Click on that. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Now you have 40. See on the top left, it's saying hit list 40. Yeah. Now you can scroll down to the right all the way again. And you can see that there are more artists. Okay.
Right.
Okay, now I want you to click, for example, Chef Kingery. Let's click and play that song. And would you please listen to it? Now, he didn't submit the song to you, but you just happen to be in the hit list. And go ahead, madam.
Okay.
Now, you can pause it. Okay. Yeah. Now, if you see the little image at the bottom, click on that, please.
Okay.
At the bottom, that one. Now, if you heard this song for like, and here comes a question for you. When you hear a song in 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, it catches your attention or it doesn't catch your attention. Will you say that you can say, oh, this is a hit, or this is okay, or this is good, or this is a 4 or 5? Can you determine in 10, 20 seconds, 30 seconds that, wow, this is amazing. This, I know.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. You can listen to it. You can tell right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's good to know, because sometimes artists ask, you know, can I A&R in 20 seconds, 30 seconds, really determine if this is a hit and I got the artist for this? and you just answer yes. And that means that, that shows that your experience after so many years that you have been in the industry, you know if it's a hit or not, and you may give it a 4 or 5. Now, in this case, will you want to save this song or not? And again, this is your judgment. You can say, no, I'll pass. I'm going to listen to another song. Or you can give it 4 or 5 to save it in your contact list, in your favorites, right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Up to you.
Yeah, I can save it. I'll give it.
Oh, you think that it's a 4? Okay,
Yeah.
so something that you would like to have in your favorites.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, and then now nowadays I have a question for you. Before I forget, let me see keywords. Okay. Let me check here. AVENUAR, 1 minute. Now, most people are having a hard time. How you submit songs to a record label? Is that possible nowadays or not, Ms. Valencia?
Not as an artist directly, no. They don't take unsolicited material. So that's why you have to go through either a manager or some sort of representation, somebody that knows somebody at the label to bring it to them.
Okay, so or they go to AVENUEAR and look at an A&R and submit it, right? That's
right.
Solution.
That's right, exactly. Right. So somebody on AVENUAR who works at a label, yeah.
Okay, excellent. So that's what I wanted to know. And so basically, if I want to submit to one Sony Music or want to submit to any other large, it's pretty much they don't accept what is called unsolicited material, right? You had to contact the attorney, you had to contact different people and go through a barbed wire, you can call it, of obstacles to get to that A&R. Okay, very good to know. Well, Ms. Valencia, you have been extremely grateful to take this time today and show us how you rate songs and how you think. And I think that all the artists in the world will appreciate this insight and intelligence from you. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And you can stop the recording if you wish. If you can.